Oh my god. Oh my, someone just threw this at me. What is that a topic for today's video? Oh my god, you can't just throw stuff at me like that though. Today's video is going to be about the National Gaming Expo being a mess. So here we are with the Maya the Researcher presentation. Thank you, Venus, for sending us this topic. Yeah, if you want to send stuff as well to the tip line, YouTube keeps pushing this like AI video idea suggestion feature. I'd rather have you guys send me ideas instead of that, if you have any. I'd rather a little bit of community whatever, you know? Venus, the person who sent this, was actually at the convention. So a lot of the info that we're gonna read here is gonna come straight from the Venus. Straight from the Venus's mouth. I'm a cosplayer and I go to a lot of conventions, so me and my friends saw a gaming convention in Tampa called National Gaming Expo, and it had lots of cool guests, like the voice acting cast of Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA. So these people went to the convention together to cosplay. I love Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't have much to say, but that game is so good. Sure. That's my argument. That's my Arthur Morgan impression. Sure. Maya says, National Gaming Expo was a convention in its first year. Was it not a convention in its second year? What happened? 20,000 attendees, that's really good. 25 creators, 250 vendors, 50 demos, and one god. I don't know why I said that. National Gaming Expo promises to be the premier United States gaming convention, catering exclusively to gamers. You heard it here. If you're not a gamer, f*** off. If you're not a gamer, don't even I don't want to see you a mile away from the National Gaming Expo, you bastard. Not even if you're slightly interested in gaming. It's exclusively for gamers. We'll show the latest advancements in gaming, blah blah, streaming services, influencers. It'll show the latest advancements in influencers? Did we get an update? Are we getting an Influencer 2.0 update? I guess that would be the horrible Quebblecop AI. That would be the system update on influencers. So let's see how this was advertised. They had your favorite gaming characters, streamers, celebrities attending. I have a plan. I have a plan. No, I think I'm getting worse. And we have Bam, the guy from Jackass. And the vendors ranging from gaming accessories, energy drinks, video games, developers, and so much more. This thing has a bunch of stuff. So a ticket to the National Gaming Expo costs $40 for a single day ticket and around $90 for a weekend ticket. But sadly, things did not go to plan. There's been a lot of negative reception to this convention. I've seen some of it bubble around. So this was my first gaming con and didn't know what to expect, but this was definitely not it. Something, don't support this guy, don't know who that is, because I was at National Gaming Expo and it was so awkward and so unorganized. Who's Michael? Let me look that up. Michael Wittenberg, that's the CEO of the company, of the event. National Gaming Expo was a disaster. The con floor was empty, maybe 10 vendors. The only panel that even happened was such a mess. Ned Luke took the MC's job because he was doing such a bad job. They screwed over the celebs and now they're deleting their social media. They're f***ing wiping it off the planet. So that's just kind of the rumblings, what the people are saying and stuff like that. But what about a visual? What if we can have a look at how it looked over there? So there was the number of 20,000. I'm not entirely sure if this was based on like a previous year or whatever. Online, they estimated thousands of people. There was maybe 50. And this is what it looked like. Very similar aesthetic to the A Million Lives book talk convention thing. You should check out that video. I did a big main channel video about that, 50 minutes long, where I dive into everything wrong that happened with that convention. So this is a video by evil.misfits. Hey, are you going to refund all your attendees for all the photo ops you canceled, or actually pay your vendors, actors, drivers? So this is what it looks like.
I worried about. I got plenty of friends. I can name 3 right off the bat.
So that's the ongoing convention. This is an active convention.
The gang's all here.
Oh, that's GTA. That's a poster of GTA 5, alright. So yeah, in regards to what Evil Misfits mentioned in the thing, let's get some info about the vendors. A lot of the vendors were completely unrelated to gaming, which is funny, because earlier they said, they were like, this is only for gamers. Can't let a non-gamer in the door. We'll have to push him on the floor and kick him. They said that in the thing. Only one artist there. One was a crypto scam booth, something about a G Fuel thing, one company selling fudge. But the kicker was there was like a petting zoo. I called them out on their Facebook post, no profanity, just said there were health insurance vendors and T-Mobile vendors, barely any game vendors. Yeah, sometimes you kind of have, you know, a few of the bigger, the vendors that are basically sponsors. You have those pop in here and there in a convention, is what it is, but the fact that there's barely any game vendors at a gaming convention. I've only been to gaming conventions when I was a teenager, and something that I really enjoyed was like the indie game, sort of, there was like an indie game section area. You get to like go there and like talk to the guy who made the video game. Just a super cool experience. Apparently a lot of the actors weren't even there. So we're getting some more inside info from Venus. The tickets were $45 for one day, which I paid. Then you could buy photo ops with voice actors, which my friend bought. We went on a Saturday and then we got in line to see a voice actor. We were told the photo ops were cancelled. We weren't told this by staff. Just by a random person walking around. Oh no, by another voice actor. Sorry. I shouldn't make things up. He said we'd have to request a refund online and we have to buy a photo from the voice actor himself instead. The staff were nowhere to be seen the whole event. Hiding. They're like, we're not dealing with whatever with whatever complaints these people have. Then the next day, only one voice actor showed up and still basically no vendors. I'm assuming it's specifically no vendors of interest. And the cherry on top is that after the convention, they deleted everything. So then a company that like represents a lot of these actors, like an agency or something, said, we were in active discussions with the event promoter to resolve significant contractual breaches, including critical issues around travel arrangements. Which means they didn't agree to pay for the actors' travel. Unfortunately, despite repeated communication and multiple opportunities for resolution, the promoter continued to ignore key obligations under the executed agreements. Due to his refusal in rectifying his contractual obligations for our clients, he forced us, by non-action, to cancel our appearance at the show. And this is the kicker. He also chose not to advertise any of the cancellations once he made the decision not to remedy any situation, 8 days before the event happened. So the person in charge was aware they're breaking contract, they were aware of the situation they're causing, and yet they were like, well, let's write it out. Arthur Morgan's involved in this situation from Red Dead Redemption 2. Alright, I'm gonna get to the voice. You are right, boy. It is with my deepest apologies that I say I wasn't able to attend the last day of National Gaming Expo today, as was announced. My absence was due to circumstances out of my control. Crazy shit, man. Sorry. That's as close as I can get to Arthur Morgan's voice. For an actor, like, who goes out and makes his living out of, like, coming to these conventions, to be like, crazy shit, man. It means this experience must have been an outlier compared to his other ones. The panels were apparently not great, organizationally mainly. The chairs were set up way back at the back of the stage. So this is front row viewing. Look at how far they are. Can we zoom in? Can we enhance in the edit? Zoom in, enhance? They are miles away. Like, they put the chairs over there. The celebs had to like get up and move the chairs to the front. Well, there's no staff anywhere. Who's gonna put the chairs where they're supposed to be? The MC was so bad that Ned Luke ended up taking the mic. We saw that. Oh, Ned Luke, he's Michael. Michael from GTA. The GTA people did manage to get there. Sitting there on a stage in this barren convention wasteland. I guess it's nice for the people there, an intimate experience with the GTA 5 cast. Literally had more farm animals in video games at the National Gaming Expo. I mean, I love animals as much as an ex-person, but you can't make this stuff up. National Gaming Expo is gonna be the worst gaming. All they got is a camel and no games. So overall, people were just very unhappy with the event. A lot of people called it a scam. So he's done conventions before, but apparently they were mainly vaping related. Vaping conventions? I'm saying this so this gets included in the video. Maya, can we do a video about vaping? A vaping convention? You gotta be in such a bad condition to go to a vaping convention. Like, how deep you gotta be? All I found is this, just a table that sells bongs and stuff. But even the vaping convention apparently had problems. One reviewer said, I had literally seen everything there was to see in my first 2 minutes, and I'm being generous if I say that I counted a couple dozen visitors in total during the morning. Maya writes here, weirdly, he started the National Gaming Expo just months after returning from being in a Dominican Republic prison for a year and a half for drug trafficking. What the Michael Wittenberg said, I got out of the pool with my vendors, went to sign for a package. I got 50 ARs pointed at me. He had signed for a 700-pound pallet filled with promotional items, but Dominican officials sniffed out pills, gummies containing THC. So he signed for a package of a lot of weed stuff. He said that it was 10 pounds of hemp-derived products that are federally legal in the US. Did I know for sure that's what stuff was in the pallet? No, but I thought it was a possibility. Was I stupid or ignorant? Yeah, I wasn't guilty. There is a difference. Okay, but like, if you're signing on a 700-pound delivery, probably should make sure that the thing is legal, right? But whatever, I'm not here to talk about his prison sentence. So he finally responded to IGN and said, couldn't get a lot of vendors because they were in their first year. Oh, because the convention was in its first year, so they don't have like a lot of credibility. Well, probably rightly so. The management companies were the reason that the actors weren't there because their demands were unreasonable. These are people who do this all the time. The amount of times I've seen a video of Roger Clark at a convention is so much. Maybe the demands seem high, but I cannot imagine that they are not what they ask for every single time they do this. And these video game actors do so much of this. The people who prepaid for photos and bought Sunday tickets would be refunded, but not Friday and Saturday tickets. The Friday and Saturday people had a great time. They had the petting zoo and all that, you know? Hopefully people do get their... Always when there's a topic like this, Maya puts a slide where it's like, hopefully everyone gets their refunds. Hopefully people do get their refunds in the end, but it seems like not everyone will. Usually at the end of a video, I ask for a like and subscribe, but for this one, I ask, what do you think of my Roger Clark, of my Arthur Morgan impression? Please rate it out of 10, and please sugarcoat it. Thanks.